So the second part of NATing is called dynamic NAT. Dynamic NAT means it is many to many mapping. Earlier we took one-to-one mapping. Now we will not do it statically, not one-to-one. Here we will have a group of addresses. We will create a pool, like we create a pool in DHCP. Here we will create a pool of IP addresses. So how do you do that? In dynamic NATing, it is a little different. How is it a little different? Because see, the important thing is IP NAT inside and IP NAT outside must be already present. And then I will get rid of my previous statement. There is a previous static statement over here. I will just delete this statement. I don't want to use static NATing. So how do you do that? Simply say no and paste it. If you press Ctrl A, you just land on the start of the command. So now if I go ahead and ping, 1.2 will give me the reply. Yeah, so NATing is not working now. So if this was a private address, he would have got filtered over here. Now let us do the second thing. For you to do dynamic NAT, second type is dynamic NAT. Dynamic NAT requires three things. First is the access list. There is an ACL to permit the internal network, internal IP addresses. Second is you should have a pool of addresses to be given to these internal guys. And three is the mapping statement. So how do you do that? So you have learned access list, a standard ACL. In standard ACL, you can say simply, you should be on the global configuration mode and you will say access -list any number from 1 to 99. Access list 1 permit, PER, permit 192.168.1.0.000.255. What am I doing? I am permitting the whole network, permit 1.0, and access list has an implicit deny after that. So automatically rest all are denied. So only people who belong to this network will be given the addresses from the pool. So let us create a pool also. IP NAT pool. Pool Cisco, IP NAT pool Cisco, and here the start address 1.1.1.10, 1.1.1.1.20. I have taken 10 addresses from the ISP. So if I had 20 people in here, I had 10 IP addresses over here. So 10 people only at a given point of time, 10 people can go outside. Here I have 3 people, so I can take 2 addresses also, no problem. But just for trial's sake, we are taking this number. And here you have to say net mask. You have to say the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. So the first statement is accomplished, second is done, third statement will be mapping. How do you map that? Again, IP NAT inside source list 1 pool Cisco. Usually you will use capital uppercasing in here. So I'll use uppercases over here. CISCO, so it looks good in the configuration. So if this is a name that is given by us, we should have a capital uppercase over here. So first is the access list that permits the internal network. Second is the pool. If these guys want to go outside, there must be a bunch of addresses. That is what we specify in here. And third thing is the mapping statement. IP NAT inside source. Source, if it is permitted in the list 1, then give him an IP address from this pool. Let us copy these 3 statements and paste it on router 1. Let's go in here and let's paste them over here. Show IP NAT translations. As of now, there is no translation that is happening. Let us go here now. If I ping 1.2, see who gives me a reply. 192.168.1.10 gives me a reply. If I ping 1.3, 1.11 must give a reply. NATing takes a little more time. Once a NAT is done, it is being cached. No worries. So if I ping 1.2, I get reply from 1.10. If I ping 1.3, I get a reply from 1.11. This should be in round robin fashion. All of these people will be given public addresses.